Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around this globe. You know, y'all, it certainly is a beautiful morning. A beautiful morning to this rise and shine and, get your day started. You know, being intentional, not only being intentional, but be about whatever that is that you intend to do today or yesterday. Maybe you said, well, tomorrow I'm going to start writing that book, or I'm going to, create this product or this service, in my business. Whatever it is, y'all, this is a grand time to start doing whatever's in your heart. That's what we talk about here on Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. When you truly find out your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing, it will change your life. Let me tell you, you will begin enjoying your journey to success, your journey to accomplishing your goals, your journey to make things happen. It's not about just sitting back or sitting on the sidelines and waiting for somebody else to make things happen. It's about you. Okay? It's about you. What do you have that's, could change somebody's life? What is that message that someone needs to hear? What is that product that can change somebody's life to make their life easier or simple, or simpler, or just change things in the way people see things or the way people do things? What is that you have that you could bring to the table that will make a world of difference to your target audience? Because yes, ladies, you do have a target audience out there. You might be thinking, well, Gertrude, there's nothing special about me. There's nothing, that I really have. But everyone has something. Everyone has something to bring to the table. Everyone has something that's uniquely to them that can make a difference in other people's lives. With 63,000 Google searches every second of every day, are people looking for information. They're scouring the internet, looking for information for that book that you have yet to write, or that product or that service that you have yet to create. And, they're waiting for it. And you have all the answers. You have the answers. You may not be the voice for everybody, but you are the voice for somebody. For somebody. And a lot of times this happens, and we're going to talk about this, get this in detail, how certain things happen in our lives with our minds, our mindset. Because today we're going to be talking about your relationship with money and the certain type of mindset. It's all about in the mind, how you see things, how you process things, how the way you think, the way you talk, the way you act, that either will propel you forward to achieve success and gain wealth, or will keep you back. So we're going to talk about some things today. But first, let me introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, and I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. Whether you're that author or you're that entrepreneur out there, you have to stop, just putting the brakes on your journey, okay? Everyone's journey is unique. Everyone is running on their own time clock and running their own race. But so many times, what happens? People are comparing themselves to other people, or they're not really thinking things through for themselves. They have things set in their minds from what they have heard, what they have been taught. And they allow these things to stop their progress, to hinder them from really maximizing their potential. And You just can't stop, y'all. Let me tell you. You have to continue to go from level to level, from step to step. There's heights, there's depths, there's steps in you. You know, you can't live uh, the same way that you lived 5 years ago or 20 years ago, not even 1 year ago or even 6 months ago. You know, things are constantly changing. And that's how you're supposed to be. There's a constant change, a constant evolving in your life. Whether, like I said, whether you're that author or whether you're that entrepreneur, there's a constant evolving in your life. And you should always, seek to expand your mindset, to begin to put things in your mind, things that are based on truth and not on fiction, not on myth, not on lies, not on any of those things. Expand your mindset. And the more you expand your mindset with knowledge, to gain wisdom, to be able to, walk in this journey, the better it will be for you. It will remove that confusion in your mind. It will uncomplicate things, that may have been complicated in your mind. But first, it always starts with the mind. That's why I always tell people, especially authors, okay? If you say you're going to be an author, read, okay? Read. Don't allow your mind to be so fixated on just the way you think. Expand your mind. Expand your perception of things to begin to see things in a different light, where it's not coming from one angle, but there's different ways that you could begin to see things. And when you begin to see things differently, and you're not stuck in that same vein or that same realm, now you're able to, capture things in a different mode, if you know what I'm talking about. Now you're able to, write that book that will bring in your audience, that will, or create that product that will, enlighten or, touch your client's heart, to make a difference, to transform their lives. Y'all, it's a thin line. It's a thin line, but always seek to expand your mindset, because you have to do that. You just can't stay stuck in the same way that you saw things or understood things years ago. Things have changed. Change is good, y'all. Change is good. But when you're stuck in one mindset, and you even hear people say this, okay, it's going to be this way or it's not going to be. Okay, this is the way it's done and I'm not changing. Or it's my way or the highway. You heard that, And when a person says that, they're stuck. A lot of times they're just stuck in that way of just seeing it their way. But if you want to be successful, if you want to really connect with your audience and your clients, whether it's that book with that message or, you're creating products and services, whatever it may be, you have to learn how to identify with your audience. So expanding the mindset, y'all, is very, very important. So today we're going to talk about your relationship with money. Your relationship with money. You must have an effective mindset about achieving success and gaining wealth, because it will make a whole lot of difference when you're not trapped, that you feel trapped, because your mind is trapped in a mode, is trapped in one way of thinking, that one way street. And so your perception is limited, and you have placed limitations upon your mind, upon the way you see things, upon the way that, it's hindering you, put it this way, from creating products and writing a book that will, capture your audience's attention. And these are some things, y'all, that you can change. It's not hard to change. You just have to have a made up mind and say, look, enough is enough. Enough is enough. After you've been going around that merry-go-round for, years and months and years and weeks or whatever, and you're expecting something different, but the same things keeps happening, why not change? Why not give yourself permission to change? That's the first step, giving yourself permission to change. It's possible. But you have to start and say, look, I've come to the end of myself. Let me try something different. Why not? Does it really hurt you to try something different and see? Because, sometimes people, they don't realize that they're hindering their progression toward, just like I say, maximizing their potential. Because they can't even see it. They can't even see it. People who are stuck in one way, through the way they see things. And really, when you're writing a book or you're creating a product or a service, it's the way your clients, from their point of view, not from your point of view. It's a big difference. So, in order to reach your full potential and be financially free, okay, and be able to truly be happy, instead of sitting around thinking, well, there's something that I need to know. How can I fill this void? And you're not being completely happy. You just can't get your hands on it. You're thinking, well, I need to go find myself. And you hear people talk about that. Maybe it's even you. I need to find myself. No, you really need to change your mindset. Know who you are and change your mindset by expanding your mind and come out of the limitations that you have placed on yourself that's holding you back from maximizing your potential. Because let me tell you, audience, there's greatness inside of you. Everyone has greatness inside of them. The jewels that you have inside of you, those treasures that you hear me talk about, those are very precious things that somebody is waiting for, that somebody will, pay for. People, you have to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. People are waiting for you, and you have yet to show up and present to them your treasures. And I'm not saying, you're doing it for free. No, but you're holding up your money. And like I say, your relationship with money. We're going to dive into that right now. Your relationship with money. Your relationship with money begins in the mind. And, like I said, we go into the first talking point now. First, you have to change the way you think. How do you think about money? How do you think about money? What have you heard? It starts with that. Whatever you hear, and you hear it, over and over again, you're going to start, looking at it as being the truth. Whether it's right or wrong, whether it's true or false. And a lot of times people have a false perception. Okay? And they're thinking that, things are bad. based on what they've heard. And it's not bad at all. And I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Think about this, okay? I want you to think about this. Or they may think it's the truth. Put it this way. Here's another angle before I get into that. They may think something is true and it's false. It has no basis to stand on. It's false. You might even have heard this phrase, working harder. The harder I work, the more money I'll get. So now you have people out there working 2, 3, and 4 jobs. Okay? Yes. I've known people to have worked not 1 job, not 2 jobs, but 3 and 4 jobs. And you know what? Not even on a job. There's some of you who say you're entrepreneurs out there. And instead of focusing on your purpose, what is that one thing that you do best that could bring you monetary results? You out there, you got your hands in this, you got your hands in that, you got your hands over here, and none of these things are lining up with your purpose. And then you're confused. Then you're wondering why things are not working out for you. Because you're scattered in your mind. You have not written down your vision. You don't have any goals or any plans. Number one, you don't know who you are. You don't know what your purpose is. So you're just grabbing at whatever will stick. Okay. Now you're frustrated. Now you're burned out. Now you listening to everybody and trying to get information over here, trying to get information over there. And you're wondering why things are not working because you're not operating or following your path, because your path is by design. So you have to change the way you think. That's not true. You do not have to work hard for your money. Not at all. You find people, they are so stressed out, y'all. And like I said, it may be some of you. You may be so stressed out that, because you believe this. And you don't have to be stressed at all. You could write that book. You could create that product and service. You could have your readers and your clients without being stressed. It's possible. It's possible. But the way you think will either catapult you to wealth or it will keep you in poverty. Okay? It will keep you going down that rabbit hole instead of going to higher heights. And like I mentioned on last week's broadcast, reaching up and reaching out. Okay? Moving up and moving out. So first you have to change the way you think. It's very important. Your mind is very powerful if you allow it to work the right way. Just like a computer. Just like a computer. But you have to learn how to work smarter or how to build smarter. Like we're talking about building your business, writing your book, how to do it smarter instead of harder. Because just because you're working hard does not mean that you have more money. How many people that you know that work hard and they still struggling, trying to make ends meet? When do you have time to really relax if you're working 2, 3, and even 4 jobs, or having all these things that you're doing inside of your business? You're that entrepreneur out there and you have all these things going and not one has brought you 6 or 7 figures. Now, I understand about multiple streams of income, but you haven't even reached 6 or 7 figures. Number one, you haven't even reached 5 figures. Some of you may have not even reached 4. But you think if you work harder, you'll get more money. And that is not true at all. Not true at all. Good morning, Lucky. How you doing today? Nice seeing you. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. So, when you change the way you think, you could reach your full potential. It's very possible. But you have to first change. Change the way you think. And here's another one. When we talk about your relationship with money, what do you believe about money? What is it that you believe about money? Have you been conditioned to believe a certain way without questioning that? And especially in this day and age, many people are hearing a bunch of stuff, okay? They're hearing a bunch of stuff, and they're not questioning it. And if you sit back, when people come up to me or I'm talking to somebody and they mentioning something, I always ask them, have you really thought about what you're saying? Instead of repeating something that you heard. Because if you sit back and you really analyze what's coming out of your mouth, you'll see that it doesn't make any sense. And I ask them this question just to bring them into an awareness of stop repeating. Okay, stop repeating everything that you hear. If you need to do something, go and research and see if it's true. Sit back and allow your mind to work. Don't take the lazy way out with just sitting back and repeating, because that gets a lot of people in trouble, okay? They're not researching, they're not reading books. You see, this is where reading, comes into play. And they're just repeating. They're just repeating. So what do you believe about money? Not what society has told you and have planted that seed in your head. And once that seed is planted, you heard it, okay? And it's planted the seed. Let me put it this way. You heard it. Now you planted that seed, you believed it. So now that seed is planted in your heart. So now you're going to speak it out. Now you're going to act it out. I work hard for my money. And guess what? Now you're going to be stressed out. Now you're going to be feeling some type of way. Now you're going to be burned out because you believe that you have to work hard for your money. So what is it that you believe about money? From parents, from society, from your friends. That's why you can't repeat things, y'all. You have to know it for yourself, okay? And if that's stuck in your mind, if that's something that you're accustomed to because you heard it so much, and just because you've heard something multiple times and over and everybody's saying it, does not mean that it's true, okay? It does not mean that it's true. Just because a bunch of people are saying something or doing something, it does not mean that it's true. Okay? So you have to question those things. You're accountable for, the way you think, because you don't have to think that way. You could change. You could definitely change. Let's see. Money is a tool. Yes, that's right. Not a thing to be worshipped. That is so true. It's nothing but a tool. That's all it is. All it is, just the tool. I lost my last $20 on my way to my therapy session, but I'm alive and well today. That's right. It's nothing but a tool. But I'm sorry you lost that, and you'll get it back. Don't worry. It'll come back to you. But you can't allow your life to be based on money, And here's another one, there's people that if they have a lot of money, they are happy. They are happy. They're blissful. But if they don't have it, they have another type of attitude. They're allowing money to dictate terms to them, how they should feel, how they should act, with themselves, their family, their friends, their children. When money, and that's perfect, Lucky, when money is just a tool, that's all it is. And we're going to move into that, We're going to move into that. Money is just the tool. And I want to tell you, you could have as much money as you want, but it's all about changing your mindset. What is your relationship with money? What is it? Your relationship with money. There's people that want more of it. There's people that never seem to get enough of it. Then there are people that, feel conflicted when they spend money. When they buy something for themselves that they really need. It's only a tool. That's all it is. Money has no feeling. Money does not, have a mind to think. And I'm going to move into that, But your relationship, what do you believe about money? Some people grew up with the idea that, money is evil. But the word said it's the love of money that's the root of all evil. The love of it. When you love money so much that you'll do anything for money, that you'll treat people any kind of way or do anything, in order to get that money without having respect or regards for somebody's feeling, for, taking advantage of anybody, that's the thing that's evil. Your relationship with money will either catapult you to having wealth or keep you in poverty. Because let me tell you, money answers all things. You have to pay your bills, okay? Yeah, and that's something that you should do. Always be a man or a woman of your word. If you have, credit out there, pay your bills and pay them on time. That's a part of integrity. You remember we talked about that. We talked about that last week on one of the shows about, having integrity. Be a man or woman of your word. But your relationship with money. If you have a bad relationship with money, you could get that right. But learn to put money in its proper place. Learn to put it in its proper place. Just like this. This is a pen. This is a tool. Okay? This is the same way. It's a writing tool. Well, the same thing with money. It's a tool of exchange. That's all it is. So learn how to, and you have to come to this point, y'all, to learn how to put money in its proper place. And come to a point where you have a proper relationship with money. That you're not doing anything to get money by lying and stealing and conniving and cheating and misusing people and mismanaging things. Have some integrity about yourself, because this is your relationship with money. The way you treat things or the way you do things, it always have a ricocheting effect. It will come back. And then you wonder why, certain things are happening because it has a ricocheting effect. Making money without having morals is not the way to go. You have to have morals. Yes, you do. You have to have morals because you know what? That will change a lot, That will change a lot. That's a whole different show. You know what I mean? That's a whole different show because that could really be something. Yes, it could really be something. I could talk about that and that would take this show and probably another show. It's cool to have economic strength, but what about having ethics? You got to be ethical. You got to be ethical. You just can't do anything, y'all. You may think that you could do anything, but you can't. Okay? You can't. You have to do things the right way because it will come back. Ethics, integrity, and morality. Very strong, powerful points. Very strong, powerful points. It makes a difference. Your relationship with money, is very, very important. And then we're going to talk about the myths. Okay? Money is evil. I think I mentioned this earlier. Money is evil. Money is nothing but a piece of paper with printed digits. That's all it is. Just like any piece of paper, y'all. Just like any piece of paper. That's all money is. With digits on it. A tool of exchange. It's what you do with money. Just like we talked about this previously, even in the comments, It's what you do with money. Because money does not have a brain. Okay? Money doesn't have a mouth. It does not talk to you. Money does not make any decisions, but you do. You do. Money, could be used for evil or it could be used for good. That's why the word says that the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money itself, because money is just paper with printed digits. That's all it is. It's a tool. Now, let me tell you, you might even have heard that people that have money, they're just greedy. Why do they have to have so much money and I don't? Well, you know what? It's a choice that you made. It's a choice that you made. Because who's holding you back from gaining wealth? Put it this way. You can't blame nobody or nothing. The only one you could blame is yourself, your mindset, the way you think about money. There's no one holding you back. No matter what your color is, no matter what your race is, no matter what your sex is, no matter what, it's you, your mindset that's holding you back. Okay? We live in the greatest country. I'm not going to say one. We live in the greatest country in this world. Okay? Who's holding you back? You can't blame the government. You can't blame anybody for not having what you want. The only one you could blame is yourself. Point blank, period. So stop making excuses, okay? Stop making excuses. Stop saying and have it in your mind, planting those seeds in your heart, okay? Blocking you from maximizing your potential because you think that people who have money, they're greedy. because money could be used for good or money could be used for bad. There's people that, have a lot of money, they have businesses, and you wouldn't have a job if they didn't have this corporation. Because of, their money that they have opened this business, you have a job. Now, how are you going to say people that have money are greedy? Stop repeating things that you have heard, for generations, just coming down generation. One generation repeats it, here it goes to another generation. Don't make any sense, but you just keep repeating it. Now you're building it up in yourself. Now you're wondering why you broke over there, why you are struggling, and you're trying to blame everybody else, when in actuality, it's your own mindset. Myths, y'all. Myths. Because let me tell you, a person without money, they could be greedy. I knew this lady one time, and I was friends with her daughter. And this is a time when, we were doing outreach. We were out there, providing clothes and food for needy people. And this lady, she had all these clothes, y'all. She had 3 rooms full of clothes. In the closets, with price tags on, and constantly buying other clothes. Her daughter asked her, say, Mama, do you mind, donating some clothes to, the women? Because I think we had a program where we were helping women who were seeking jobs, but they needed, clothes to wear. They needed something nice to go on interviews. And she said, no. Now that's greed. That's greed. She didn't have any money, but that's greed. It's about a person, their characteristic, not money. Money does not think, it doesn't speak, and, it's nothing but a tool, y'all. That's all it is. So you can't base that on that and say people that have money are greedy, because people that don't have money, they could be very greedy and selfish. God made man, man made money. Don't let money become your new God. That's so true. I'm laughing, but that is so true, because it can become a person's God, It can become a person's God. Wealth of spirit is more important than economic wealth. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Because as long as you have a wealthy spirit, that's what counts. Because first, it comes from the inside, and then it manifests on the outside. On the inside of us is what matters the most, because then that will transfer to the outside. So first, you have to change your mindset, change everything about you when you know it's not right, and then it will manifest on the outside. But what happens with a lot of people, Lucky? A lot of people, I can't say a lot of people, but a lot of times, put it this way, people worry about cleaning up on the exterior, when on the interior, that's where the cleanup should be. I prefer to judge the situation before I judge people when it comes to money. Yes, judge the situation before you judge people. The less you have, the more you are supposed to give. The grand law of reciprocity. The less you have, the more are you supposed to give. The grand law of reciprocity. Give. I always believe in giving, okay? Give. And it should be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaking it together, and running over, shall men give into your bosom. Because that's the way we live, okay? We live by giving. Always have, that's another one, like we were talking about, the attitude of gratitude. Well, the attitude of giving, okay? Giving, and not always have your hands open to receive things. Have an attitude of giving, where you always look to advance. And I'm not talking about advance yourself, but advance other people, okay? Advance other people. Do good by other people. And that's a good point there. And like I said, we could go on and on with these, because these are very good. These are some very good statements when we're talking about money. Okay. Now here's another one. There is not enough money. You hear people saying that. And, this happens many, many, many times. Why people don't maximize their potential, because they're holding back on their book, writing their book, because they said, well, there's so many people who have written on this subject, or they haven't created that product or service because so many people have already done it before, thinking that there's not enough money for them. Okay. So because the way you think about one thing is the way you think about everything in this category. So you'll hold back on yourself, thinking that there's not enough room for you in the marketplace. But there is room for you, audience. No matter, your product, your service, as you are creating that product or service, that message on your, according to your divine purpose, you know what you're supposed to do, your vision and everything. Don't hold back on it. Okay, because we live in a world of abundance. There's no lack in this world. It's just a lack of knowledge and a lack of understanding. That's why I say, y'all, okay, this is what you do. Expand your mindset. Stop repeating what you have heard. I don't care if it's from your parents. I don't care if it's from your grandparents, your friends, your teachers, whoever it is. Whoever that authority figure was in your life that continue to repeat these things over and over. There comes a point in your life where you got to sit down and say, look, this is not working. I got to change the way I'm thinking. Okay? I got to change, because things keep repeating themselves in my life. I'm not going anywhere. I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like there's more for me. Okay? You have to come to a point in your life where you say enough is enough. Because I'm telling you, there's an abundance in this world. And you have to stop allowing your mindset to hold you back, to have that scarcity mindset, to thinking that there's not enough money for you. Okay, there's trillions of dollars in this world. Okay, trillions upon trillions of dollars. And because you haven't gotten it, maybe it's your mindset. Okay, it's your mindset. So change the way you think about things. Change the way you think about money. Change the way of your relationship. It may be a bad relationship that you have with money. Okay? Fix that relationship and you'll begin to see things flow. Stop being stingy. Okay? Stop looking for everything free, because it's called currency. It will flow. Okay? Just like Lucky said in the car, I lost my last 20. And I told him he will get it back. And he will get back more. Don't ever be afraid, y'all, thinking that, oh, this is my last. No. As long as you have this, and I'm pointing to my mind, as long as you have your mind, as long as you are able to create, to design, to produce, to, bring out those treasures, those gifts from the inside of you, you always have. Because someone is waiting. They're looking for you. They're looking for that uniqueness. Your uniqueness matching up with that problem, okay, that they're having. Helping them to avoid a problem that they want to avoid. Or speaking hope, or having something that will give them hope to transform lives, not only their lives, but their family, their friends, those around them, and for generations to come. There's abundance out there. Just like people are making their millions, don't get mad with them because they're making their millions and their billions, because you could do the same. All it takes is one product that could change your life in 24 hours. I think it was a couple of months ago, I was on this virtual conference, looking at this virtual conference. And they had this young lady, I don't remember how old she was. She was in her teens. She had created one product. And in less than, I don't remember, I know it's within that 24 hours. It may be shorter. She was a millionaire. I'm going to say 24 hours because I don't remember the exact time. But within that 24 hours, I know it was shorter than that, she was a millionaire. One product. Okay? That's why you got to expand your mind. You have to have a proper relationship with money. Don't repel it from you. Look to, attract it to you. Because a lot of times that's what happened with people, how they don't. And we're talking about money today, but that could go in other things too. Okay, but we're concentrating on money today. Because the way you treat things is gonna be the way it comes back to you. When you have a right relationship with something, okay, it's going to attract that thing. But if you have a bad relationship with something, it's going to repel that from you. Okay? Your right relationship. Because you have things to do. You have things to do. You have books to write. You have products to create. You have services to put into the world. You have a lot to do. You have a purpose, and it's going to take money. Okay? It's going to take money. Your ship's not coming in, so just don't be sitting there waiting for your ship to come in. What are anybody's chances with the lottery or casino or whatever it is? Okay? Don't just sit back trying to make things easy for you when you just walk in your purpose and build those right relationships. Trillions of dollars, y'all, in this world. Trillions. No scarcity. Scarcity mindset, but no scarcity in this world. So exercise your mind to see more. Exercise your mind to see more. Let's get the comments. Okay, let's go to this one. My manuscript gets started this week. I remember you talking about that. That's good. That is very good. Get it out there, Lucky. Get it out there. I'm organizing a sponsorship party and making clothes this week. You see, you're somebody that's always busy. That's always, doing the things that, you were created to do. And that's awesome. That is so awesome. And I know that it's going to bring you a great increase. And I want to tell you, keep up the good works. Keep up the good works, and have that proper relationship with money. And the way I'm going to say it now, I believe that, because you're doing some fantastic things and, you're going to be increased. There's going to be increase coming your way, as long as you're lining up, with that proper relationship. Because I see, the things that you are doing and, you're consistent with doing it. Because I did I know this weekend, I had a grand weekend. I had a very busy weekend, but I did see some of the things that, you were doing and everything. And that's what you have to do, audience. You have to be consistent and, do those things that you have purpose in your heart to do. Get those products, those services, those books out there, and, have that proper relationship with money. Get in position to be able to receive, okay? And change your mindset about things. Expand your mind. Change your perception of how you see things and stop repeating things that you have heard from from authority figures or society. Research those things and stop saying things that makes no sense, that has no basis. It's not built on truth, but based on fables and lies and myths and old wives' tales and all that foolishness. Okay? Because there's so much out there, y'all. There's so much out there that's just waiting for you. But you have to be in the receiver mode in order to take advantage of it. So be in your right position. Just like that quarterback throwing that ball down that field. If that player is not in the right position, he's going to miss it. Okay? But, this is the winning team. Okay? We say we on the winning team. This is a team, and, Tiffany and I had always talked about turning your passion in the Prophet Morning Show. We're winners, okay? And we want you to win too, because we know that it's possible for you to win too, because there's so much greatness, this line on the inside of you that you have yet to tap into. But as you're, traveling down your journey, your road to your success, okay? That's the way I'm going to put it. It's going to even wow you of all of the things that's inside of you that will, even blow your mind. There's so much greatness, y'all, inside of each and every one of you. And I just want to appreciate you. That's why I research before I respond. And that's true. That is so true. Always research before you respond. That is a very good point, because that's something I always do too. Research before I respond or even put anything out. Don't forget, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Oh, yeah, I did see that someplace. Yes, and that's a good point, too. Mental Health Awareness Month. So, yeah, let's get our minds together, y'all. Let's get our minds together, because, like the United Negro College Fund says, their slogan, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Your mind is a very powerful thing. And you got to learn how to put those good things in your mind, y'all, so it could produce results for you. When you have those right things, you have a right mindset, and you have a positive mindset, and you have a mindset to win, and you don't have that junk in your mind, where you're not allowing it to give you those false visions or those planting those false seeds in your heart, and seeing, things and speaking things out of your mouth. And the second part of this is say, speak to what you desire. Get up in the morning before you get in the presence of others. Always, number one, get in the presence of God. Empty yourself out before him. Allow him to fill you with what you need for that day. Then you get in that mirror and you speak to yourself. You get yourself in line. You speak to yourself. I am great. I am an overcomer. I am a this. I am a that. Whatever that is, okay? Whatever you say after that, I am. But make sure, okay, that it's moving you down your journey to success, because this is your time. Okay, this is your time to shine. And when I say shine, this is your moment of brilliance, where those jewels come out of you, and those multifaceted jewels, when you're in the showroom and you at that jewelry store, how that diamond is shining, okay? You may have been through some things that may have covered you up, situations and circumstances. But I'm going to tell you right now, you coming out now. You're coming out. You are brilliant, okay? You are somebody. You are significant, and you will maximize your potential. And I hope that what I have shared with you has brought you value, and have you, really looking at yourself to see that, I do have value. I can make a difference. I have what it takes to win this race. And you certainly do. You certainly do. So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule today. And just like Lucky said, what is Mental Health Awareness Month. So, and we're talking about the mindset. We're talking about your right relationship with money. So, take some time out during this week and sit back and see what your mental state about money is. And if it's negative, if it's not where it needs to be, if you're tired of the same old, it's possible for you to change, okay? There's nothing impossible. If you believe you could change, you can, and you will, okay? So there's always, it doesn't have to be like this way all the time, okay? You can change. You have the capacity to change. So with that being said, like I said, I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with me today on Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. But I want you to remember this. This is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. Have a nice day, y'all.